So, welcome to Dragon Talks, the last one of this year. I'm sure everyone is saying the same thing. Where did this year go? Because it went, phew, and I'm sure next year with the fire horse it will go even faster. And I'm a fire horse, so I should be a dragon, but I'm a fire horse. So, our first speaker. Welcome back, Caryn. It's good to see
Hi,
you. Good to see you as usual. I just say I
good
was,
to be
I was
back.
watching some videos of her, and she had like a short back and sides about 4 or 5 years ago. So amazing amount of hair. I've got a little spill. It's good to introduce people. So our first speaker tonight is Caryn, the Dragon Doula. She is a catalyst, chaos alchemist, quantum realignment architect with over 20 plus years. Maybe it's less than that. I don't know. Don't look old enough. In structural integration, holistic healing, activism, and spiritual alchemy. She helps people drop old stories, and I've seen this a few times, face their shadow and claim their true power. A mix of tough love, which we love, and deep mystical insight. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me back again. I love it. It's
It's
so
good to have you
wonderful.
back. And I think you're doing 3 or 4 next year as well.
Yeah, 3 or 4
I like,
next year and the
I like
Dragon
the, I
Summit.
like the planning. It's good to see.
That's the Dragon Summit. We'll be going on our 4th year, which will be great.
Yeah, yeah.
Excited.
I need to get my head in gear to start organising that. Every time I'm like, oh, it's such a pain to do, but it's always so powerful and so good. So
Yeah, it
I'm
is. I'm
normally
sure
waiting
it's a
till
lot of work though.
after the holidays.
Yeah,
A
something
little
to
rest
start in
and right,
January
let's go.
for sure.
So what do you have for us
Um,
today?
I have whatever the hell comes through today is what we
We love
have.
that.
Which is typically how I usually do everything, which I think might actually be the purpose of what I'm going to be teaching. Ooh, isn't that lovely? Uh-huh. Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
We're gonna do that. So the way I like to always start this, if you're willing to come on camera, is we first shake it off. Just shake it off. Just shake it off. It doesn't matter. Time's not real. Whatever happened before, whatever's going to happen afterwards, irrelevant. We're here right now. Presence is all that matters. So, second thing I like to do, just so that we're all starting with a clean slate, is raise your hand if you have something that you've been healing on, working on for at least 12 months. Like a story, something that's been going on in your life that you are healing, you are working on, you are actively trying to fix in your life. Raise your hand. Okay. Who has their hand raised would like to be over it and done with it and be just like let go of all of it. Okay. Now, what did I just say? Time's not real, right? Perfect. So I want you all to follow me. And when we're done with this, you will be healed. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm healed. It's that easy. It really is. Okay. It is that easy to decide that you're over it. Because the only person who's ever holding on to the ick, the feeling that I need to heal, is you. No one else is doing that. You are the one who has convinced yourself of that story. So, storytelling is great until we get stuck in a story loop, which we do. And then we're like, oh, I got to heal from this thing. And we forget that time's not real and that we can decide right here in this present moment, I'm completely healed from all of that garbage. None of those stories rule me anymore. None of those patterns are going to be taking over. I get to choose brand new right now. And every morning, if you need to, you can wake up and smack yourself in the head and be like, okay, we're not doing that today. We're not doing the old pattern. We're not going to scroll the amount of times that I've been like, I'm going to go scroll my phone. Nope, no, lady, we're not doing the scroll hole today. And then just go. And then we all laughed also. If we all notice, every single one of you started laughing when we did this. Laughter is literally the best medicine. It is the one thing that will alchemize everything instantly. And the way you can tell if you're really over a story is think about one that when you started telling it before, like maybe a traumatic childhood event or something that happened, where when you first used to tell that story, you like would get choked up and you couldn't get through it. And you could like, you were almost re-traumatizing yourself by talking about it, even though you were supposed to be talking about it. But now when you go to tell that story, you either feel like nothing, like you can just say it like facts, or you almost start laughing at like how ridiculous it was. when, like, now in retrospect, right? That's the gravity, that's the heaviness that we tend to carry along with us. That when we just choose, again, every single day to let go and be, what am I right now? And why does that matter? Like, it matters because I'm building multiple brands, or I want to be able to help other people, or because I know I have this mission on my heart, or because I'm pretty and people like to hear me talk. Like, that can literally be one of the reasons why you show up. That's one of the reasons why I show up online. People like to listen to me. I'm interesting and I'm not, you know, nobody's afraid about looking at this, you know? And that's it. Like, that is it. I don't have to have a, I could tell you my big vision. I could say all these other things. But at the end of the day, I'm an interesting person that's pretty to look at and tells good stories, and that's why people listen to me talk. That's it. Everything I talk about, you could get in a book, you could get in other courses, you can get whatever. But the way that I deliver it, the way that we are able to just be real, actual humans, if my two littles run down, it's because I'm a single mom and they're upstairs. That's just real life. So letting go of the I need to be healed or I need to work on this before I do the next thing, before I can show up on Facebook Lives, before I can launch my program, before I can XYZ. Why don't you guys drop in some of the things that you felt before 45 seconds ago or whatever that you needed to heal that thing before you could do what? I want to know the thing that you wanted to do, like the action that's been holding you back or that you've been holding back from because you've been healing. I hate the term healing, by the way, just if you haven't figured this out. The only times I feel like I need to heal anything is if it's like a physical break. I can't force an arm to repair faster than 6 weeks. But besides that, nah, nah. Just the thought of making it conscious is what heals you. Forgive my brother fully and rebuild the relationship. Okay, perfect. Love that. So you have to heal before you can forgive your brother completely and rebuild the relationship. Okay. When you feel that feeling of forgiveness, what does that feel like? So then here's the next step. Oh, you guys are so lucky. I charge thousands of dollars for this shit, but I'm in a giving mood today. When you feel the feeling of what it's like once you have rebuilt that relationship, what does that feel like in your body? Or whoever. Like, if you've got a thing that's going on, how does it feel once you've done the thing? What does that feel like to you? Once you've launched the business, healed the relationship, whatever. What is the feeling that you're getting? Relief. Yep, feel happy, freedom and relief. Relief. So relief is a big one. How do I want to talk about relief? Receive loads of money so I can go traveling, hiking, and eating chocolate. Yes, please. Yes, please, and thank you. I would like to do those as well. But how do you feel? What is the internal? Okay. What does relief feel like? Oh, that's where it wants to go. What does feel like? Okay, stop giving me fucking emotions. Oh, by the way, that's the first swear word. If you have swearing issues, I sorry. This gonna keep coming. What does it feel like physiologically in your body? What is your heart doing? What is your breathing pace? What does your skin feel like? Feeling it in your physical. What is relief? A release. A release of what I got some crazy releases that cause my boyfriend to have to put down like 7 different towels. So what kind of releases are we talking about here? Okay, get more specific. I know it's annoying. What does it in your body, your heart, your breathing, your physical skin? Do you have goose pimples? Do you have warmth? Okay, what does your nervous system regulated feel like? Okay, feeling lighter. Okay, well, there we go. We're getting there. Slowing down in the breathing. Torso feels lighter and softer. Smiling. Okay. Warmth, calm. Slower, like a physical draining. Like you're releasing, yeah, no, totally. Like you're peeing. Yeah, no, I get that. That just like you got it all bottled up, and then when you take a nice good pee when you've been holding, yeah, I totally get that feeling. Okay, relaxing, peace, lightness, heart feels light, feel joy, more open, right? So your body physically, and a lot of you, by the way, you didn't notice this, but a lot of you did this thing where you let your shoulders come back a little bit. Okay, you got back more into a um, physiological alpha posture. Okay, I get very, very physiological about this. I love talking about lobsters as the way that I explain this, by the way. Lobsters are weird, and our brains are very related to lobsters. When we're like this, when we are concaved in, we are showing beta energy. And our body is actually releasing beta hormones when just from your shoulders being concaved. Your body is already preparing to lower your head, to go into defense. You're not actively going to fight, right? If you just simply keep your shoulders back and your chin up, your chemicals in your brain, just from doing this, immediately say, "Come at me, bitch." It immediately gives alpha. Okay? It immediately says, "I'm not afraid of you. You can try to beat me up. I'm stronger. I'm bigger. I'm faster." Just from this simple rotation of your shoulders. That continues through all of your body. How strong are you standing? Are you sitting all the way up or are you kind of curved? Like, yeah, your shoulders are straight, but your belly's still poking out. And this comes from years of me being a structural alignment therapist. My background starts with me being 7 years old, getting my first ever massage and being like, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And became a massage therapist when I was 19. And that was many, many, many moves to go at this point. But what do you do when you've already done what you wanted to be when you grow up? You got to figure out other things, right? So that then grew for me into eventually this thing called COVID happened, and doing massage therapy was real fucking hard to do during that time. So, how do you show up online? How do I still serve my clients, but in an online capacity, teaching them simple things at home? But not just physical. Like, what story is in there? That's a big thing that I could, like, where is this not coming from? And then I get a story about how someone cut their wrist on fucking barbed wire. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense why you're holding on to this trauma. And so much of the stuff we're holding on to in our bodies are actually stories that our head made up, right? How many of us had childhood trauma and so we were kind of in our rooms just crying in this position for so long that being in the freeze response just became normal. So now we have to open back up. And we do that through all of the ways that we do it. But then what tends to happen is that we move from being addicted to suffering to being addicted to healing. And we're still not doing the thing that we said we were going to do when we were suffering. Does that land? Is that landing for people? You were suffering. You had this whole story. My dad used to hit me. My husband was an asshole. My kids don't understand me. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go hire some Reiki specialists. I'm going to start doing peptides. I'm going to, whatever. I'm going to heal that stuff so that I can go make $1 million brand, or I can go help other people, build houses, or I can go make all the beautiful art that I want. But until I'm healed, I can't go do those things. And then we get addicted not just to telling our story over and over again, but talking about how we need to heal from our story over and over again and spending, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of 7 years trying to heal this story when all it took is a bonk, right? Just like a little, hey, bitch, it's not even that you know better. It's just, why? That's one of the things that I end up doing a lot with myself is just literally just asking, getting toddlerisk in my head. And I say, why are you doing this? Why? And the answer a lot of the times is because daddy used to. And as soon as I hear a daddy little voice, I'm like, ah, shit, we're dealing with the 8-year-old. Okay. Right. And then we start doing parts work. I love internal family systems for this. being able to do the little pieces in real time. Like, I know that you're so overwhelmed by the dishes right now. I know that you think that you have to do the dishes before you can go send those emails. I know that if your dad walked in right now, you would be so upset that your kitchen is so messy, but we are the adult. We can do you need to do and I will ask him, do I need to do a couple of dishes? And maybe I just need to do 2 or 3 dishes. Just the ones that I'm going to need later. I can leave the rest in the sink. And that's enough of healing to then go take the actual action I want, which is to go send off the email to all of the seed investors that I need to get for this new project I'm working on. $2.2 million doesn't just like find itself, right? But how many times have we been stuck? Have you all been stuck? I know I have. In the I got to do the dishes, I got to clean the house, I got to get my environment perfect before I can go do the thing. Right? Have we done this before? Anybody else? I'm assuming so. Let me read these comments. Not dealing with why the suffering, that's what the body wants, less being addicted to the addiction. Yeah, exactly. Why, if you think about healing as an addiction, come at it the same way you would deal with an alcoholic. Why does an alcoholic drink? To numb the feelings, right? To not deal with the actual things in their life. You're doing the same thing with your healing modalities. It's why one of the number one things that I tell my clients when we work one-on-one is to take all of their cards, all of their crystals, all of their everything that they do and put it in a shoebox and not to fucking touch it for the duration that we're working together. Because your power is not in your tarot cards. Your power is not, ironically, this is why Kevin always brings me on, I swear. It's not in the dragons. It's not them. Okay? I promise to you that you can go meditate on cloud 9 with the Pleiadian dragons and the source dragons and every fucking dragon in every goddamn dimension. And none of that power is anywhere else except for inside of you. Because they're just fractals of you. They're just representations of part of you. So many of us connect to dragons. Why? They're big. They got impenetrable scales. They can fly. They can dive into deep water. They got a fuck ton of money. I know that's why I like dragons. I want one of them hordes. Right? They're interdimensional. They can be itty bitty, they can be pocket size for your convenience if you need them to be. But no one has watched Mulan and thought that Mushu was the reason why Mulan won that war. Not a single person watches Mulan and thinks that Mushu is the reason why she wins. Right? No one. But how many of you just thought that and said, ah, shit, I've been giving Mushu way too much credit? How many of you just thought, ah, dang, I do use my tarot cards like every day, and if I don't use my tarot cards, then I feel like I'm off for the day? Or how many ladies, I don't know, men don't do this as much, but ladies, how many of you are like reaching into your bra at the end of the night and pulling out all the crystals that you have to carry around with you to keep yourself protected? Okay? Why? What? I mean, outside of like an actual bag of rocks that I could use to like hit a mugger over the head, I really don't think that quartz crystals in my bra and pockets are going to protect me from anything. Okay? The vibration of quartz does what? It makes me feel what? Cool. How can I feel that way? You see the theme here? Get the fuck out of your heads and into your body. You say that one more time for the people in the back. Get the fuck out of your head and out of the astral plane and out of this stuff and get into your body. Yes, I've done pleasure priestess stuff. Yes, I love Mama Gina. Yes, I could go on and on and on about orgasms and working out and endorphins and physiological stuff. I don't really care how you do it. Just fucking do it. Right? Playlists are great. Doing push-ups, right? Like I have a menu of things when I'm dysregulated. It's not breathing. It's not pulling cards. It's not finding 20 minutes to meditate. It's doing 10 wall push-ups and 10 squats. Because that's going to start getting me back into, I can feel my legs. I can feel my arms. I can start feeling my body again. Because if we talk to dragons, I promise I have yet to meet someone who didn't have massive trauma where they learned how to dissociate that then also talk to mystical fairy creatures. Okay. We don't like being in our bodies. It's probably the hardest thing for us to do. We feel like we don't belong. We feel like we're not supposed to be here. Many of us might have past suicidal ideation or attempts. And so we don't want to be here on planet Earth. And yet we are. So then we have to heal. I have to heal so that I can feel like I'm supposed to be here. But as Maya Angelou says, and I'm paraphrasing here, I really like Maya, right? True belonging is just belonging to yourself. True belonging is being able to look in the mirror and say, yeah, I know that you tried to take yourself out several times. We don't play that game anymore. I like you, Caryn. You're hot. People like to listen to you. You're funny. You're interesting. Doesn't make me conceited. Doesn't make me a narcissist. If anything, I'm probably the exact opposite of a narcissist. But that self-confidence that comes, that just like exudes out of me naturally, came from me learning that I'm fucking awesome. So even with your cameras off or type it in, just like real quick, and you don't have to swear, but can we all just like remind, like, I'm fucking awesome. Like, say that to yourself right now. I am fucking awesome. I am amazing. I have survived 100% of my bad days and lived through 100% of my highest moments. I'm fucking great. I'm the best. No one else can be Caryn better than I can be Caryn. No one knows how to be me better than I know how to be me. And if people have an issue with me being me, going back to the you can forgive your brother, but you can't force a relationship with him, right? And you get to become completely okay with not having a relationship so that when you can have a relationship, it tastes even better. It's like when you thought that there weren't any more of your favorite cookie left, and then you go to the cookie jar just to see, and you're like, ah, hot damn, there's still one left. Feels just like that extra little bit of good because you thought it wasn't there, right? But you were like, okay, it's fine. There's no more cookies. There's no more cookies. It's fine. There's no more. But then you find that cookie and you're like, yeah, it's got that extra sweetness to it because you didn't know it was going to be there. Um, yeah, I'm a badass. We're all awesome. Yes, yes, yes. I'm a shoosh ball. I can't be destroyed. Yes, that's fantastic. So once you cut, now that we're all here, can, oh, this is a funny question. What's your excuse now, bitch? Now that you're back in your body, now that you've healed from all your shit, what's your excuse for not taking the action as soon as Kai's done here on the thing that's going to bring you closer to what you want? Mm. That is the correct answer, Kevin. No excuses. In fact, a few of you, again, because I'm just me and I tend to be able to look at very tiny micro expressions, a lot of you just gave me this look of, ah, fuck. I don't have one. I, I, if I'm not healing from it and I feel like I'm a total badass, I have no, I have no excuse anymore. Shit. So then you run into a different wall entirely, don't we? This is no longer a wall of not being good enough. It's a wall of who the fuck am I to do that? Okay? So then I go back to why is it that when I went to go create my mission statement for my business 4 years ago, no one could do it better than Marianne Williamson's quote of my deepest fear is not that I am inadequate, it's that I am powerful beyond measure. It is my light, not my dark, that I am most afraid of. We are all meant to shine like children do. When I shine, I give other people permission to do the same. By liberating myself from my own fear, I unconsciously give others permission to shine as well. That's why I just be Caryn, not really giving any level of a fuck. I don't cause harm, but I also don't the people pleaser part of me doesn't even get me off anymore. It used to get me off real hard. I got lots of things from being a people pleaser. Now it's constantly, why am I stopping? Why not me? Should be that actual question. If not me, then who? And if it's a problem that you're seeing that's over and over and over again that no one's addressing, and you're like, someone should really go fucking fix all those potholes. In America, we literally have cities that have gotten so bored of waiting for their potholes to get fixed that Domino's Pizza filled the potholes because Domino's was sick of their employees complaining and like having tire damage and possibly having problems that a capitalistic corporation went and did the job that my taxes are supposedly paying for. Who will build the roads? Domino's, apparently, because they don't want to fuck up the cars and people want their pizza. But like, how silly is that, right? That's all it took. It took like 3 or 4 Domino's people complaining about this one part of town, and Domino's paid for the whole thing to get fixed. So again, if not you, then who? If there's a problem that you're seeing that needs to be addressed and you even have the solution for it, then why not you? Instead of why me, who am I to do it? Well, why not me? Nobody else is fucking doing it. I might as well do it. I might as well take a crack at it. What's the worst going to happen? That's the potholes will still be in the road. Okay. Hold on 1 second, please. I told you, children came in trying to play video games all loud. But that doesn't scatter, right? Like, I love this. Oh, fucking love my job, by the way, y'all. Completely unprepared, slept like shit, never am ready for these things, always so crazy powerful. Why? Because I don't have a life where I can sit here and prepare for an hour-long conversation. A single mom, 3 kids, 5 different business ventures going on at least at any given time. So I show up and I see the people on the screen and I feel into what needs to be said and I just start talking. Start channeling, right? So many people, how do I be a channel? Well, your higher self knows what these people need to say, and your physical self has the voice box to do it. So just start fucking talking. It's gonna hit. It's gonna resonate, and I know that it's resonating because people are giggling, right? Nobody's staring at me stone face. There's nods and there's smiles, and even there's a few little like, ah, fuck, she's calling me out so hard. I know she's talking to me directly. Good, good. Because that means that your higher self and my higher self had a conversation in which your higher self said, Caryn, I need you to kind of slap me around a little bit. My human form's being a bit of a bitch and needs a bit of slapping. And that's what I'm here. That's why part of my intro literally says tough love. Because I don't know how to do it any other way. I don't know how to get through to your human any other way than not by shaming it, but by making you aware of how fucking stupid it sounds once you say it out loud. Or how many of us are so bad at taking our own advice if we are coaches and healers. Like one of the big things that any of my like personal friends and family will do if I'm going into a spiral is they don't even try to help me anymore. They're like, Caryn, what would you do if you were if you were your client? What would you tell your client to do? And I'd be like, go take a fucking hike and go ground my energy. Very very bratty about it. And they're like, okay, cool. Text me when you're back from your hike. Because they know that they don't have power over me either. They also know that I'm an obstinate brat and will probably not do what they suggest. So instead, they've learned Caryn is one of the top people in her field. She just needs to be reminded that she is. What would you do if your client was coming to you with this? What would you tell them to do? And that reinforces my own positive loop instead of reaching out for a coach or trying to chat GPT my way through it or reaching for tarot cards. Like I own tarot cards. They bore the fuck out of me because every time I pull them, I'm like, yes, I fucking know. Like I already know. You're not giving me any new information. Like, I get quite literally irritated when I pull cards sometimes. And sometimes it's just fun to be like, oh shit, there's a shit ton of money coming my way. Ugh, and some amazing love, and everything's work. Sometimes that does feel good. But when everything's broken and I'm pulling the devil and the tower and the hanged man and all this, I'm like, yes, I fucking know. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am aware that I'm going through a tower moment with the devil and that I am the reason why I'm not moving forward. Cool, thanks. And then again, it's usually, at least for me, because I live near the mountains, it's 9 times out of 10, if I turn off my phone and get on the mountain for at least 45 minutes, when I come back, I'm then able to deal with the thing that I was not doing for like days prior to that. So, in that vein, tell me, what is the thing that you already know that should be at the top of your menu? What's the thing right now that when you think about, like, okay, every time I've ran into a wall, I do X, and that usually pushes me through? Like, mine's hiking. Take a bath, take a nap, clean your room. Yeah. Being in nature. Meditate, sleep, hike. Mine is hiking along the coast path. Yep. So a lot of us playing with my dogs, hiking, a lot of us have a hiking thing. So, not that I'm surprised. Okay, write songs, watch my favorite detective show. Yeah. So we all have the thing. So your challenge would be that you need to go make a menu. Okay, this is going to be your homework assignment for me. A menu of the things, since I have a feeling most of us probably go more into like a freeze response than an overworking response, of things that you can do to take action that remind you that you are the badass that you are, so that you can then go take the action that you actually want to go take. The one that gets you over the, well, who am I to do this? Because when I'm out in nature throwing rocks and hiking over streams and in the riverbeds, like, I live at the Wasatch Front. I live in the Rocky Mountains. Okay, we have actual mountains here. I know that some of you are used to hills. These are real mountains. I can hike 3,000 feet elevation in an afternoon if I want to. Not that I ever want to, but I could, right? And when I'm doing that, I am on a mountain thinking no one else is climbing 3,000 feet. No one else is like, yes, there's other people around me that are probably doing it too. But I am the one on this mountain. My legs are the ones taking me up it. My legs are the ones taking me down. If I can climb a mountain, I can send an email. If I can climb a mountain, I can create a course. If I can climb a mountain, I can find $2.2 million in seed funding in the next 3 weeks. Because time's not real, which is how we started all of this, right? Time is not real. Our perception of time might be real, but time itself isn't. And when we realize that, we get to choose, like, back in alignment now, back in alignment now, back in alignment right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. I don't care if you have a headache from hitting yourself in the head too much. Apparently, you need it. You're already causing yourself pain and suffering, so why not just physicalize that shit at this point? I know, tough love, crazy. Works real well. Because I promise you, by day 3, you're going to get real sick of slapping yourself in the face every time you feel like you're stopping yourself. Okay, what am I doing instead? So the homework assignment is make a menu of actions that you can take that will immediately move you into taking the action you're distracting yourself from by being in whatever shame, I call them shame spirals. Whatever shame spiral you're in that's stopping you at that moment, right? So the shame spiral might be, I don't deserve or my brother doesn't deserve my forgiveness because blah 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 blah. And then you remember that your brother is a reflection of you, and your irritation towards him is actually an irritation towards yourself. So then what do I need to do to stop being irritated? I need to go hike. I need to go chop wood. That's why one of my favorite phrases about enlightenment will always be the Buddhist phrase: before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The only thing that changes with enlightenment is a whole fuck ton of self accountability that most people on this planet are just not willing to have. That's it. I still lived the same life. If you guys heard my story, just for a background, because I don't do this very much, but I want to make it like apparent to you. Only child, physically, emotionally abusive dad, emotionally neglectful mother trying to deal with the dad because she didn't know how to get out of the marriage. Sometimes when I tell people about what would happen in my life, they give me a very like, what the fuck? Do you know that that's like straight neglect? I never felt neglected. I knew that I was getting hit. I never felt neglected as a child, okay? Years and years go on, bullied, made fun of, blah, 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 suicide attempts, yada, yada. Got diagnosed with fibromyalgia when I was 21 years old. Was bedridden for 3 years of my life while also raising a baby, living with my parents and my husband at the time. And then one day, I realized that I was either going to die in all of this pain or I was going to have to figure out how to not be in pain anymore. Can't take pharmaceuticals, they make me extremely suicidal. So I found cannabis. And then I went on a cannabis like activism fucking woo! Helped get it medically legalized here in Utah, all these things. Had more kids. Gave birth to my daughter unassisted at home on accident. I didn't mean it for it to be unassisted. Whole life changed in that moment. Ah, what? I am all that is woman. I just birthed this baby and no one helped me. Ha ha! I did that. Me. No one else. Not a single person. My ex-husband, well, husband at the time, was pushing on my back because I was telling him to, and my photographer was there. Only ones that made it. Okay? Then I started going through all of the coaching and the other things, and now fibromyalgia never fucking heard of her. Flare, full body pain, bedridden, like it is so hard for me to even relate to back then. But I know that a few years ago when I would tell these stories, I would still get a little like it would feel really heavy when I would tell it, right? Like I want you to feel that I was just stuck in bed and I couldn't do anything. And it was all because of the trauma from my parents. And if you would just understand how hard my life is. Oh my fucking God, bitch. Can you please shut up? Isn't that kind of what we think too when people start doing that? We're kind of just like, sorry, honey, we've all been traumatized. Take a number. Take a number. You know? Or my favorite is trauma comparing. Oh, well, you think that's bad. I heard about my friend who was raped every single day. And oh, you think that's bad. No one's trying to compare trauma here, honey. That's not the point. The point is that I just told you all of these things that I could still be healing from. And I didn't heal them by eating healthier or hiking or any of these things. I promise. Like, do I do those things? Yes, sure. But I was the one who did it. I was the one who chose to eat healthy food over McDonald's. I was the one who was choosing to go get into nature instead of staring at my phone. I did those things. The food didn't fucking do it. Like, did it help? Yeah, they can be support systems, right? Like, all those things can be the supporting role, but so many of us are like, again, addicted to the healing of, oh, I have to eat this food and I have to stay on this with my microbiome and all these different things. And then what happens? We go to a Christmas party, we have some wine and cheese, and we spend the next 3 days in maybe a little bit of gastrointestinal discomfort, shaming ourselves for enjoying the wine and cheese party with our friends. It used to, like, some of you are giggling because you're hearing me and you're realizing how fucking ridiculous it actually is. But it wasn't until you heard someone else say it that you realized how ridiculous you've been being, which is why we laugh about it. We can just laugh. Like the cosmic joke, if we think about someone like the character, the genie from Aladdin, he was the comic relief in that movie, right? He's also got infinite cosmic power, itty bitty living space, right? So that's all of us. We all can be the genie. We all have infinite cosmic power. We know this. We wouldn't be on the dragon talks if we didn't have some level of understanding. That's the other thing. I don't have to censor myself here because you wouldn't be here if you weren't meant to hear this right here, right now. If our higher selves hadn't had a convention at some point being like, hey, so on the 7th of December in 2025, I'm going to show up and I'm going to smack you around a little bit. That's it. So I don't have to be filtered. I don't have to be worried. If people don't want to hear me, guess what? They can log off. It happens all the time. Kevin knows this. It happens all the time when people be like, nah, it's too much, and they leave and then they come back. Okay, great. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm a cup of ayahuasca. I'm different. Okay? Don't think you're coming in here sipping lemon balm, my friends. It's not the same. And it's because I know I am, right? And I'm okay with the fact that I'm a cup of ayahuasca. I'm not trying to be hot chocolate. I'm not trying to be lemon balm. I don't, chamomile, who knows that? But I don't know, calm. So many, anyone who's around me is like, you blaze like the fire of 1,000 suns. And I'm like, yes, you're right. I'm a Leo and an earth dragon in Chinese astrology. But also, I think it's fun to see who can shine brighter, me or the sun. That's a fun game that I play with myself every single day. And I'm not talking about high vibe and light and bubbly and meh, meh, meh. I'm talking raw, real, blowing up 7,000 hydrogen bombs a second while still keeping the planet warm enough for to sustain life. Because that's what the sun actually is. The sun explodes, I think it's 150 million hydrogen bombs a day explode on the sun. But we would all be fucked without the sun, right? We wouldn't even be here. So if I know that that's the kind of energy that I exude, and I know that a star that doesn't do that actually ends up self-imploding or supernovaing, then wiping out all of planet Earth in the process, I'm going to be okay with the fact that I explode hydrogen bombs. I'm going to just be okay that my energy is a whole fucking lot for a whole lot of people and just the right amount of DMT for others. Damn, I needed that trip today, right? I needed a little microdose of the sun today to remind you all that you all also have solar plexuses. It's crazy, right? You all have one. It's right here. Right there. Boop, 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 boop. We all have one. Not the heart. Solar plexus. Okay? That's your internal sun. That's the reason why we do breath of fire and like pump our navel so hard, is to remind ourselves that we have a sun inside of us, and the sun is just the sun. The sun is just a giant ball of gas keeping us all alive, and isn't shaming itself for the fact that it could blow us all up any second, and isn't trying to dim its life enough so that we don't all burn up. It's just being the sun. So that's what you all get to do, is you get to just be. The Dragon Doula, which is like the moniker that I came up with, was because I watch and help so many people to be a dragon. To not just like, yes, I communicate with dragons. I have my guides. I know I'm talking shit about tarot, but it's because they've been pissing me off lately. But like I can, but I don't spend hours and hours in my room like I used to. They're just here right now. Like it's so connected that I'm sure the other, well, okay, hold on, let me tune into my guides. Okay, so this guide wants me to let you know. No, motherfuckers, I want to let you know. Because again, my guides are still just fractals of me. And you are all just fractals of me. And I am just a fractal of you. I am the part of you that you needed to hear that says, stop being a little bitch, get back in the game, go do the thing that you know that you came here to do. I'm not separate from you. This is the thing that I know to be true above all else. We are not separate. We are reflections of each other, and our guides, and our dragons, and our fairies, and our past lives, and our whatever, our gods, our deities, they are all also still just fractals of me. Which is why I have so many come to my house right now. You'd be like, "What religion are you?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. We celebrate the sun. That's who we worship in my house. That's why I have a menorah and a Christmas tree with a fucking star at the top. And I do so much this time of year because humans have always worshipped the sun. And we have so many different stories about it, and I tell those stories all year round. When we're at the solstices, I tell them. When we're at the equinoxes, I tell them. When it's August 1st and no one's ever heard of Lammas ever, I tell them about how the Celtic pagans had the first harvest festival on August 1st every year. Because by the time you get to October, it's fucking winter, okay? And here in Utah, it is winter by October, okay? Winter does not start in 3 weeks from now. Winter already started. Midwinter is 3 weeks from now. That's it. It's so simple and yet not easy. Okay, I will give you that. It's not easy to be completely okay with the fact that you look insane to most people while also feeling more sane than I ever have in the almost 40 years I've been on this planet. Okay? I feel more aligned with who I am, like I belong here, can do my mission so much more because instead of trying to talk with dragons, I am a dragon. I show up with impenetrable scales. You can't fuck with me. You don't have power over me to do that. No one and no thing has power over me. You don't get to fuck up my vibe. And if you're someone who's closer to me and you somehow do that, guess what? That leads to a whole conversation of why the fuck are you projecting? Or what am I doing right now that I was allowing you to have that power over me right now? And a little but these internal conversations with myself now last about 90 seconds, which is actually physiologically how long it takes for an emotion to run through your brain. Something happens to you, the initial neurochemical gets fired from your brain, and it goes down to your adrenal glands or goes into your stomach or wherever that fucking hormone is made, and it releases. And if you have no other thought for the next 90 seconds, that will be it. You will be done. The feeling, the emotion will be over. What happens is that we feel the feeling and then we're like, ah, shit, I'm sad. Oh, goodness, I'm sad now. I'm sad. Why am I sad? And then I keep thinking about why I'm sad. And every time I give myself a reason why I'm sad, I'm dropping another 90-second chemical into my body. And now what could have been 90 seconds has now turned into 90 minutes because I've had 100 times the amount of thoughts around the same thing. Because I'm just dropping neurochemicals into my body. So many people don't talk about this part. So many people bypass the physical vessel that we all have. If you don't like how you're feeling, take your menu, shake my ass for 15 minutes to Lizzo. Cool. Pull up my Lizzo playlist, all right? And I'll just start shaking my ass because that's something I got 15 different playlists for all my different fields, right? When I'm raging, you bet your ass. I hate everything about you. Why do I love you? Like, oh my God, I'm just like jamming on the air guitars. My hair's flailing. I'm fucking screaming. That song is 3 minutes and 23 seconds. I don't tend to rage for longer than that. Because why? What is it serving me to be raging for longer than 3 minutes? Okay. These things that we think we're like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. But it's getting out of that head and into that body. Okay, I'm in my head a whole lot. I know I need to do all these things. I'm overwhelmed by all these things. What can I do instead? Oh, I haven't been on a mountain in 3 weeks. Okay, that probably has to do with it. I actually do really like it when my kitchen sink is completely clean. So I will go do my kitchen sink work before I do computer work because that's a me thing. I really don't fucking like having a bunch of dishes in my sink. And I will kind of just be typing along and then be like, God damn it, there's so many kitchen. So do the dishes before I do computer work. That's a me thing, right? But I've had to curate this not based on the fact that I've spent over $1 million in the last 7 years trying to heal, which I have, but because I picked and chose all of the different things that I learned and went around like the Jane of all trades, master of none that I am, and have decided this part of human design makes sense. This part of astrology makes sense. This part, all of these things, and I'm not devout to any one modality. I'm not allowing one way of life to rule the way that I live. I am multidimensional. I have a whole lot of things going on. I am just me. So I will choose the things that I know work, that get me more consistently in the space of being as bright as the sun. Because that's my own personal goal. Maybe you guys aren't bright, shiny people like that. Maybe you don't want to be in front of thousands. Maybe you don't have some random thing that you've been telling the internet for 5 years that you're going to be president one day. Cool. That's fine. Kevin knows all about Caryn's presidential run. Um, Even if I know for a fact that in my Vedic astrology chart, there's nothing in there that says at all that I'm going to be president and that I would be better suited for a campaign manager role, because that's what my Vedic astrology chart says. I don't give a fuck. It's way more fun for me to say I'm going to be president one day. And it's more fun for y'all to hear that too, because you think about who the president is, not who their campaign manager was, right? So when you allow yourself to really just to pull this back around, you get to decide when you're done healing. That is a you choice. It's you. Unless it's a broken arm or a broken bone or like some viral physical infection that has an actual timeline because you've solidified it so hard into physical space that it has to also work within time. Mental and emotional shit, spiritual shit can literally be healed in less than a second if you want it to be. Yeah, world leader. Yes, I will take over the world. That is something that I say actually. I said it this morning while I was making my smoothie. I said it's real hard to take over the world if you're malnourished. Just to get myself to make my smoothie because I am someone who struggles with eating breakfast in the morning. Like I'm a real person too. I'm not, don't put me on no fucking pedestal. Right? My house is a mess. I don't eat. Neurodivergent as shit. But I still show up. I still say the things that God, whoever put me, what my soul decided I had to come here to say. And I do that in a way that, like, I don't think a single person who hears any of this, whether you were live or on the replay, didn't at least laugh once. And didn't at least at one time think, yeah, what if I just send it? Right? That's a phrase that we have here in America, send it. I don't know how many of you use this, but you can't send it when it's safe. No snowboarder is looking at their friend on a bunny hill being like, yeah, bud, send it. No, the time you hear a snowboarder yell send it is when your friend's like, hey, do you think I should go off the double black diamond jump? Yeah, motherfucker, send it. That's when you hear it. When it's dangerous, when it might not, you might end up with 4 broken bones afterwards, but fucking send it, dude. Because if you don't send it, you're going to spend so long regret. Dude, I had the best opportunity to jump. If I had just done it, maybe I would have done like a triple backflip or something, and now we'll never know. Yeah, it probably would have been real dope. Maybe you would have broken 4 arms still in the process. Well, not 4 arms, 4 bones still in the process. But you wouldn't have lived with the regret. And we all know that the number one thing that people say when they're going to die is they regret all the things that they didn't do. Or regret all the time that they didn't spend with the people that they love, right? Regret is the number one thing most people feel before they die. I don't want to feel that way. I want to be used up. I want every single hydrogen bomb to have exploded out of my energy field by the time I'm done. So I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it hard. I'm going to send it messy. But I'm going to fucking send it. And that's why you have a menu. Why you all just created like 5 or 6 things. Name it your send it menu if you have to. The thing that's going to get you out of this shame spiral and into, yeah, why the fuck not? What's the worst that can happen? Because I promise you, I'll tell you the worst that can happen. You could die. But death is literally the only other guarantee that you have in life. So you're gonna die anyway. Stop being so afraid of it, I guess. Like, I'm not telling you to go jump off a double black diamond if you don't know how to ski, by the way. This is not what I'm trying to say. But I am trying to say that you need to just stop living like you really are the ones that's choosing it. And the more that you can like consciously reorganize yourself to no longer live in fear and to no longer feel like you need to heal and instead just sometimes you got to heal from some shit, but thrive. I want to thrive. I want to live. I want them to write fucking epic songs about me when I die, okay? That's the type of life I want to live. Mythic, right? Dragons, they're mythical. They are ageless. If you're so connected to dragons, the last piece I would ask you is how can you be a dragon more often? How can you fly more often? How can you create more wealth? How can you allow yourself to have impenetrable scales, right? The only reason why Smog died was because one of his fucking scales got broken off, and somehow the dude pulled off the most epic shot from so far away to hit that one tiny scale. Anywhere else, Smog would still be alive, right? How can you embody the parts of the dragons that you connect with more? Because the reason why you're connecting to those dragons, which I'm sure Kai is going to come in and take us on a very lovely. I'm so excited. I love that I went first this time, Kevin. This is different. You usually have me going second, and this is awesome. How can you be a dragon more often? And if you need more support with that, like I have my links. Like they're there. Socials is the way you find me. I'm pretty not online for like I don't know, I don't do the website thing and all these other things. I tried for years and I just fucking hated it. So now I stopped. But being a dragon is so much more fun than the years that I spent meditating in my room talking to dragons, if that makes sense. I get to live my life a whole lot more because I'm not constantly looking for advice outside of myself. I'm just tapping in how can I be more the way that I want to be right now? And if I'm blocked, what do I need to do to get out of it right now? Yeah? Cool. Sweet. I can't see. I think I did that. Yeah, it's about an hour. Sweet. Good job, Caryn.
Marvelous job, as always.
Thanks. It's always so fun. I never know what's going to happen. It's great.
It's always fun. Every time you come on, you're extremely powerful. You get us to slap ourselves, and we heal ourselves, and we become who we're meant to be. So I love it. Send lots and lots and lots of love hearts to Caryn,
Thank
the
you
Dragon
all.
Doula, and she's
Instagram
back
or
next year as
Facebook?
well. So you can see her again.
Yes, I will be here next year. I'll be at the Dragon Thunder Summit. We're doing all the things. I don't even
Again, lots
understand.
of love. Thank you, thank you. You're amazing.
Love
Oh,
you all. Thank you for being here. I'm really excited for anyone who wants to come find me. I'm the only Karen O'Malley you'll find on things. I'm sure that Kevin will give the links out, but pretty easy to find me. Can't miss this beautiful face.
I love it. You're the first person I've ever met that actually admits that they're beautiful, and you own it. That's great. People go, "Oh
Yeah.
no, no," and you're like, "No, I am."
No, I am super hot. I'm very aware. This is Zoom hot too. You don't even know what it's like when the dimes are all the way on.
I don't know. You've seen some of the pictures.
Oh yes. Oh, I
You,
guess
you,
yes.
you're doing the Queen wave.
Oh yeah. Yep, those ones. Yeah, exactly. But it's really just comes down to again, one last time. I didn't used to be. I had crazy body dysmorphia. Insane things happened in my life as soon as I started liking myself. Like dropped half my body weight in 5 weeks on accident. It was nuts. Didn't mean for that to happen, but I did. And yeah, it's just why wouldn't I? That's the last thing. Like, why would it, if you're the person that goes through 100% of your worst days and best, why not just like yourself in the process? Just like who you are and be okay with the fact that we all fuck up because we're human.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I love you. Thanks, everyone.
And Amanda says she's beautiful, so I'm sure she is. We're all
Good.
beautiful.
You're all
We're all
beautiful. We're all
beautiful.
beautiful.
We're all beautiful. We're all amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.